Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today we want to talk about some free agents. We're going to talk about the free agent wide receivers and the free agent tight ends. Um, Again, with the tight ends, I really don't think the Steelers will be too much in the market for a tight end, even though I think they're going to add one. But I really think they're going to add one in the draft. But definitely going to have to add a wide receiver and I just have a thought on that. So again, just to remind everybody, this is what we got. This is what we got going on. So yesterday we did the quarterbacks and running backs. Today we're gonna do wide receivers and tight ends, and tomorrow we'll have the tackles, guards, and centers, and that will take care of all the offensive positions. And we'll start on the defense. So um, again, with that said, let's do this here. Let's see. Um, oh, here we go. All right, so free agents tied in. Free agents wide receivers. Um, it's some good talent in this, but some very expensive talent. So, um, as you can see, I got the number one guy being T. Higgins, but I just, I, I just believe that the Steelers probably not going to be in the market for T. Higgins. And then T. Higgins, this is my only concern about him. Obviously, and we actually kind of seen this with Juju. Even though I think T. Higgins is much talented than Juju, so this I don't think he'll have the struggles that Juju may have had. But T. Higgins played, on the side of probably one of, if not the best receiver in the league. So that takes a lot of pressure off. We have a great quarterback, which is always good. So I have a question on how would he or how good will he be when he's the number one guy, when he's the main focal point, where the defense say, okay, we're gonna have the game plan and we're gonna have to roll all our coverage over to over to T Higgins. So that's my only question I have about him. And then my second question I have about him is just injuries. I mean, he has a lot of soft tissue injuries, and that's kind of concerning for the amount of money that he's gonna have to be paid. So it's just it's a lot of red flags with him, but great player. He deserved the money that he's going to get. And then also, I heard that Joe Burrow was actually saying that he may take a pay cut to help Cincinnati re-sign him. So it's not even guaranteed that he's going to even leave Cincinnati. But he's the number one guy. And like I say, I just don't really see the Steelers being in that market. Now, the second guy, Chris Godwin, I can see the Steelers going after him. He won't, he's gonna still cost a nice little penny, but not nowhere near what T. Higgins is gonna cost. And he's coming off a major injury. So that's the kind of downfall with him. But I could see, especially if he's healthy, I can see the Steelers going after him. Um, so we'll see how that works. Our third guy, Amari Cooper. Now, older guy in his 30s, but Amari he's just solid. He's a solid guy, great route runner, probably one of the top route runners in the NFL. He's always going to get open. He's going to get separation, and I'm guessing if you're saying Justin Fields is going to be your quarterback. Amari Cooper could be the perfect type receiver for him because, like I said, he's going to get separation. So it's not going to be those tight windows that you're going to have to put the ball in because he's going to be able to make a lot of guys miss and get separation on them. So Amari Cooper is a guy that you have to look at. Maybe the Steelers maybe take a hard look at him. Um, Darius Slayton, younger guy, to me is a perfect fit for the Steelers. He would definitely be a solid number two. Um, I like him. Nice speed, yeah, decent size. But very fast, and he'll put that speed element, that the Steelers need. And the last guy, Stephon Diggs, nah, no thank you. I mean, he's coming off the ACL, up in his 30s, and kind of he's really that diva, I need the ball type guy. So, I mean, we're already dealing with that. And by the way, my prediction is with George Pickens that he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I don't see the Steelers trading him. So you would like I say with Chris Godwin and even Cooper and definitely Slayton, those guys would work good with Pickens, take some of the pressure off of him, and maybe could be that at least it would with Cooper for sure could be that veteran in the room and kind of stay on Pickens and keep his mind straight. But I really don't. My opinion is I don't see Pickens really being a problem next year. Because he's either going to play this thing out and lead the Steelers as a free agent, or the Steelers are going to re-sign him because he's going to have a monster year. So I think with Pickens, I just think he needs a veteran present in that receiver room, that somebody that he respects and somebody that can really sit down and talk to him and get him, get his mind right. And I like I say, I don't see the Steelers trading him. Now, one of my thoughts is I think it's going to be a lot of guys that maybe get released. You're going to have Adams, in New York. He might get released. Cooper Cup, it's rumors that he's going to get released. So it's going to be some guys that's going to be available that well, I mean, they're going to be expensive, but not as expensive. Like I say, none of these guys will be in that T. Higgins range. And I think that's one of the things the Steelers need. They need a veteran type receiver in here because especially if you're going to keep George Pickens. I really think you need a veteran type in here with him. And so it's gonna be a weird situation with the Steelers as far as what they're gonna do. And then also I believe that the Steelers could draft a receiver with their first pick. So um it's gonna be a talent influx some way or another, for the Pittsburgh Steelers as far as wide receiver goes. Tight ends. Well, the one thing I would say about the tight ends is this. So you got Move coming back, and you got Washington coming back. Pruitt, I don't think he's coming back. Me personally, Connor Hayward, I ain't seen enough of him, but he may come back just on the strength of, he does play special teams, so they may find a place for him. So the Steelers are really do need another tight end because Arthur Smith loves the tight end, and so he's going to need a third guy. And some of these guys, these some decent guys. Now, I just think for the money that they probably gonna want, it's gonna probably be a little bit too steep for the Steelers to pay that, especially when you kind of looking at a guy to be your third guy. So I mean, like these are my top five guys, but I don't see the Steelers being in, trying to sign any of these guys unless, like I say, at the end of the day they can't get a deal and maybe that one of them want to come cheap, but none of these guys I feel like are going to be third options or want to be third options. So I don't really see the Steelers even going down this road with any of these tight ends, but I do see them drafting a young tight end because actually, believe it or not, this draft is loaded with some good talent and some good young tight ends coming up. So I definitely can see in the later rounds the Steelers, you know, grabbing one of those young tight ends and drafting one, and probably not dipping into this tight end market because, like I say, these are the top five guys. Nothing really special out of none of them, but the fact that wherever they go, these guys are not going to be looking to be, the blocking tight end or the third guy. So I don't really see the Steelers dabbling into this too much. So that's really about it for this episode. So tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do the tackles, guards, and centers, and that will cover the offensive part of the free agency. And then the following next week we'll do the defense. And after we talk about the defense, we will probably get another mock draft in. I like to do probably about 5 or 6 of them before the real thing. So we probably get another mock draft in, and that's really about it for right now. So with that said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care.